Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Shu, recording a Play and Explain. It's Saturday night at 9 p.m., so hopefully the games are good. Wasn't planning on playing tonight, but I needed to record a session, and because I have a coaching session Monday, and so I needed to send Brad a recording by tomorrow, and I meant to do one this morning, but I completely forgot. So here we are, squeezing in one last session at the end of the day. I didn't realize that this guy was a short stack. Had I known that, I think I would have 3-bet on the smaller side. He went 15, I made it 60. I would have probably gone like 50 or something. But fortunately for us, he still calls. So I think we just check jam here. Don't think we have the option to like check like min range or anything like that. So yeah, just getting it in here. Loose defend, but it's versus fish, so we're in there. And here we will be defending nines. I think we can 4-bet this sometimes, but I think I usually just defend. And when I say defend, I mean just like call. So we flop relatively bad board for us, but probably going to call one and assess turns. And here, stack sizes are pretty awkward. I think I'm going to, well, I kind of already know what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to go into too much detail because, yeah, I don't know. It's the next course, so I don't want to give too much away. Here we're going to call one and assess. Here I'm going to lead. We do pick up a gut shot, which is nice. Cool, we get there. So, shoving for value. Don't think the small size is an option, so I'm just going to bet. And here, checking, probably just check calling. Expecting the bet check bet line to be somewhat, I don't know if it's going to be over bluffed on this specific run out, but it is over bluffed in general. So maybe it just applies across all boards. So the 6, I guess the 6 is like a pretty normal card to check on. I also think villains' natural bluffs like Queen Jack, Jack 9, etc. are going to just keep barreling the turn, but I think there's still a bunch of bluffs. I'm actually just considering if calling or raising is better. I kind of like raising more now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, I'm sure calling is fine too. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe like, I just feel like he's never going to call a raise. So it's like I call and win sometimes, or I raise and I win a lot. And maybe that's just like totally unnecessary, but it's totally unnecessary to like bluff with a hand as good as nines there, but I don't know. It's hard to say which one's better. Here we defended a min raise. I think it was a min raise. I don't remember now. Whatever. Single raise spot. C-bet flop, and now he's betting turn. Not really much to say other than we're calling. Queen is it's not a good river because King Jack gets there and King Queen. Okay, I guess it is good in the sense that we chop with a lot more aces, or like I guess we just chop with Ace Jack, because anything worse than that we're already chopping with. 10-8 is a mix. I think I'm just gonna fold. I was just gonna say that if villain does bet on the Queen River, it's kind of gross because King Jack gets there, Queen Jack, King Queen, hit a pair, so like it just reduces bluffs and increases some value. And yeah, when you have like an ace there and you're calling to chop, I just feel like people tend to be a lot more value heavy in this spot. So yeah, I was really glad not to face a river bet. And I'm kind of surprised villain didn't bet ace jack. Or like, I don't know, I would have at least considered it. You're just going to start off with a small c-bet versus what appears to be a pretty tight villain. And here on this board, I think I'm just going to check, most likely just like checking range. And I think this could be a good candidate to check raise. And possibly just get it in on like an 8-9 heart. So 40, yeah, about this size looks good. Here, facing a check raise, just gonna call with top pair. I think, so 4-5 gets there. Villain still has a bunch of like spade combos, heart combos, some like 5-6 maybe. Maybe this is kind of a bad combo because we have a 6. It's hard to say. We have a ton of like pair plus draws, like pair plus flush draws, and also some ace-x that flow to the flop. So I guess like a 9 with a bad kicker is like middle of range. Probably middle to like, yeah, I guess it's middle because I would probably like bet call with like some middling pairs too. Facing a cutoff open, I think we can mix here. I'm gonna just 3-bet. And here gonna be defending versus the 3-bet. paired dry. I think we probably have to float one. Villain opts to use the big size, which is kind of weird on this board. I guess like we both have a bunch of jacks in our range. Yeah, just gonna float one, I guess. Is it better to float hearts because we would then unblock the jack X? I think it is better to float hearts. Yeah, just gonna float one and assess. So it's a turn that we don't get to fold on. Okay, so we river 10. I think at this point the only hand we really lose to is like king queen, and maybe the occasional like pocket 10s or pocket 9s. I guess some like overpairs might check the turn too. I actually think I should have blocked here to set my own price and to like, I don't know, maybe get called by like queen 10, king 10 or something like that. Okay, so he had ace 3. Yeah, I think I should be blocking the river there, because we can definitely get value from worse, and we don't want to just like check to like check call, or like if we check and like villain bets big, we're just in a nasty spot because we're kind of forced to call, and villain does have like a decent amount of natural value. Here gonna defend the big blind. And it's actually really tempting to call, but I'm going to just fold. Because we're calling like 60 into a pot of 120, so like we just need 30% equity to continue. And maybe we don't have that if we assume the limp raise range is pretty nutted. Verse the button, this is a fold. Here we're going to be calling. Should probably note. I guess like ace 3 is pretty standard, so I'm not going to give him a wide tag for now. Just that this guy is 3-betting appropriately is the data point. This hand, I guess it's a fold. This bottom left hand, we probably want to start betting. I'm contemplating between just bet or just setting it up for a river 1 bet, and I think I'm just going to bet. I just think the double check is a bunch of not pocket pairs, ace highs, and like betting does a lot better versus that range than the river 1 bet in my opinion. And we'll be following through. I think we could use a small size. Kind of feels bad to bluff queen high, but I'm just gonna try to get ace high to fold. And maybe a small pocket pair fold as well. Yeah, nice hand. This hand is a 3-bet. Just gonna start off with a big bet. It's gonna go one and done and give up if villain continues. Do I have a 90% button? I have an 88% button. That should work. Here, pretty clear continue with pair plus gut shot. And we will be 3-betting. Do we turn equity? We do not turn equity. It is still a gut shot. Probably have to check fold. Probably it's tempting to call, but I think it's like if we have a heart, we probably continue, but without the heart, just the fold. This hand, we do have a ton of worse ace-x to check, so I'm going to choose to bet this. I think I'm going to throw this in my bet check bet line. If we get to the turn. Okay. Villain has what? 7s? Ace deuce, ace 7. So having a diamond is not good, but it's not like it's the end of the world. Having a spade is pretty bad. I wonder if we could just fold this on the flop. Probably not. Kind of wanted to see a spade on the turn. Yeah, I mean, the king is such a better card for me. Having a spade is not good. I think we just run into like 7s, deuces, ace deuce, ace 7 a lot here. Villain has what, like queen, jack, 9-8. Does he bluff 7x of spades? Probably not. So I think we just fold. Having the 10 of spades is like really, really bad now. Just blocks like a bunch of their flush draw combos. Feels bad to fold top pair in a 3-bet pot, but I think here probably just c-betting range. Expect this range to be somewhat strong. A bunch of pocket pairs, a bunch of suited Broadways. Should have a bunch of suited kings, like king jack suited, king 10 suited. You know, this kind of shows how unreliable the HUD is, because a few hands ago it looked like this guy was kind of like loose passive, and now his aggression stats are through the roof from that one hand. This, I'm going to, I think I'm just going to start off with a big bet. We have like the perfect bluff candidate to do what to do. Here we're going to check call one. I guess this guy's kind of a fish. I don't know. This hand can go either way, so I'm just gonna 3-bet it. I think this is like, this guy appears to be the weakest player at the table, so I'm gonna try to pick on him. I mean, it's a 39 hand sample. Alright, back to this hand. I think we just check call. It's a good sign. Honestly, kind of surprised. He checked the turn when the spade comes too, and then decides to bluff on like the, what is it, the triple river, the queen 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 river. Like, I don't know, people surprise me. Goes to show that my intuition is usually wrong, or like I'm just like, people never bluff on tripling boards, but I'm like, I also have a boat, so I don't want to fold. So like, I didn't want to call, but I knew that calling was just like, I had to call, and intuition was telling me to fold. But yeah, you can't always trust intuition. I think in general, the pool overstabs when check two, especially on like these wet boards. What the heck? Why are my hotkeys not working? So, I think like the big blind can definitely have a pair, but the button likely doesn't have a pair. And as I say that, he still calls. So yeah, intuition. Here I think I'm just going to triple off. This is a pretty good board to go bet with an overpair, because we have, damn it, we had a lot of natural bluffs like ace king and ace jack, king jack, but the aces come to ruin my party. I think a 9 would have raised on an earlier street. I think I'm just gonna go small again. I don't really have a lot of natural bluffs, I think. Wonder if a 9. I was gonna say, I wonder if a 9 raises versus that size. Here, I think we have to call 1. We still have outs if we're behind. I have no reads on villain other than they're kind of passive and kind of loose. This villain has like ace 10, ace queen, king jack. There aren't a lot of natural bluffs other than jack 9. So I think we just have an easy fold on the river if we get shoved on. And easy fold. Would they shove like ace jack? Probably not. Yeah, there's just not that many natural bluffs. I guess jack 9 and 9-8. So like 8 combos. They have what? 8 combos of ace queen. 2 combos of ace 10. 2 combos of king jack. Probably have enough value, not enough bluffs. I also have a lot of better bluff catchers too. Okay, I'm gonna fold. I'm not so sure about that one. I was in a similar spot earlier this week where it's just like 3-bet pot and then like an overcard comes on the turn and like I check and check call the turn and check fold the river, and villain was turning like a pocket pair into a bluff, and that has made me realize that like even in spots where there's not that many bluffs, natural bluffs, people are still finding ways to have enough bluffs. Or maybe finding is not the right word, but some people over bluff in spots where there are no natural bluffs. But I'm not sure if this is the villain type to do something like that. I was just contemplating calling him 3-bet, but I think our hand is a little too weak. The only reason why I'm considering it is because villain is a fish. Like maybe we just like, I don't know. That's a bit of a loose call for me. Yeah, I guess we only have 20 hands on the villain too, so we haven't confirmed if they're a fish or if it's just a small sample. Actually, yeah, this is the villain that flatted Jack 10 off earlier. So they're definitely fish. I think I'm gonna yeah, I think I might leave this top left game. I think it's close. Looks like C5 is like the only recreational player. Oh, you're just gonna call. Gonna lead small, hope to induce a raise, and then come over the top, or just get called. Yeah, ace high, so I guess we got the max here. I'm going to go small. I think I'm expected to bet the king a lot. I think I'm going to bet the king. I think once villain checks back, he probably bets a lot of his pairs. But I always feel bad bluffing like queen high, but it's probably fine. Here, just trying to get like a 5 or deuce to fold, maybe a pocket pair. And here caught defending with 9s. Expecting a range bet, I think, from the small blind. I think we just continue with 9s. Jack 10, 10 9, King Jack, King 10, all possibilities. We have like a ton of ace-x. We have a ton of flush draws. We have a ton of pair plus flush draws, so I don't think we have to defend with a hand this low. So I'm just gonna fold. We also don't want a spade or a diamond. Not that like I'm calling without the spade or diamond, but here you're gonna float versus small. And gonna lead the turn. I think I'm just gonna use half pot and then overbet river. This is generally my lead line. Here calling. Don't think this should really be a thing, but I mean we have a pretty clear as day fold. Here villain leads. It's like, do we get called by a king? I guess we can get called by a worse queen. This seems really, really thin. I'm gonna raise fold, I think. Having the jack is really nice because it blocks ace jack and jack 9. They can also have like queen 9, queen 8, queen 7, whatever. So I'm gonna go for a small raise and fold to the jam. I don't know, this might be too thin. Kind of wish I would have gotten bigger, actually. I hope the small size doesn't like... No, I don't think people would rejam here. Well, yeah. I guess that's that. Pretty surprised the big blind flattered with 10s. Here, going to call. Guess this is a fold. Kind of sucks to fold, but I'm gonna fold. Oh, I'm really surprised this guy didn't limp raise. Yeah, I probably spent too long at that one game. I thought the guy to my right was not good, but I think he ended up being a reg, which is surprising and also goes to show you that you can't trust data. You can't trust a small sample size. Since it's a min raise, I'm gonna defend. This would normally be a fold. Wow. Moon had 6-7. He turned equity and didn't bet. Some people. I guess he was right though, because I wasn't gonna fold. Or at least I wasn't gonna fold to 2 streets. Oh, I'm gonna check and raise the turn if we pick up equity, and we do. So we'll be raising if we face a bet. Probably don't need to go too big either. Wasn't expecting this bet. think I'm gonna click it back and probably bet the river. I just like don't ever think this is value. I guess we could just call. The problem with calling is if we face a river bet, then do we raise then? I don't know. I just think like raising the turn is, it just feels a lot easier to play. But maybe like if we call the turn and villain checks the river, that's like an additional data point. And like, yeah, I don't know. I'll look at that spot later and think about it. Here, I haven't confirmed the big blind's a fish. This hand is a decent calling candidate, so I'm gonna do so. And we get punished. This is actually not an open. Little too loose. I think we gotta continue. We got a little too much equity. Villain used a somewhat small size. It's a little small. Wonder if this is a good candidate to 3-bet. I think it's not, because it's not a draw to the nuts. Villain's always going to continue with like 10-9. And if a 7 comes, we're kind of screwed. Hey, look, a 7. I mean, obviously I'm never folding. I'm just saying that if we bet 3-bet and villain always continues with 10-9, I guess it doesn't really matter. Don't really see much point in raising. Yeah, I think this is just a good call candidate. That is a poor river card. But I guess we should. I guess villain can have some 9s. Like Queen 9, King 9 of spades. I've decided to raise and bet the turn when they pick up equity. So like a 9 isn't. Villain can definitely still have a 9. What are their bluffs? I guess spade combos. 6x. Think we just fold. Right? So villain is basically saying he's got like 2 pair plus or a draw on the flop. I mean, it just doesn't feel like a 9 would shove the river though. Unless he's got what, Queen 9? I'm getting suspicious. I think I'm gonna look this up. Okay, well, thank you for the donation. Maybe I'm kind of a nit for considering folding there. I think the 2x spot actually doesn't make that much sense if you think about it. I don't know if a 9 ever shots. I could start off with a range bet. Think I'm going to probably bet, then check, then call a river bet if villain bets. Here I'm actually unsure if we should have even called the flop with no backdoor flush. And here, just checking, hoping to make it to showdown. There's what, like 9-8. I'm gonna fold. Oh shit. You know, I was gonna call, but then the ace paired. The reason I would have originally called is because I don't think an ace is gonna be value betting the river, but once the ace paired, I think they are gonna value bet the river. I think that might have been a bad fold. Here, gonna 4-bet the queens. Hopefully fade the 5-bet. I'm gonna start off with a quarter c-bet. I think we got a decent candidate to triple. Blocking king, queen, and queen 10. I mean, if we're tripling this, though, we're probably tripling everything. Yeah, I'm unsure. Here, I think I'm going to check raise, and if it checks through on the turn, we're just going to stab the river. And I guess we lose this pot. You're going to be check raising. I think I'm going to triple this. I'm going to use like a smallish size on the turn and then size up on the river. And we'll be checking queens on the turn. And we'll be betting for value. think like a 9 probably stabs the turn, so I'm gonna use a small size. Might have to bet call off, not really sure. Or not call off, but like call a raise. Yeah, that's boring. Just gonna check call. Oh, I guess we're past an hour. Didn't even notice. I guess I'll wait till the end of this hand. Here you're gonna check call again. It's a bad river. 10-9 gets there. Which is one of Villain's natural bluffs. They have what, like 8x for value, 6s, spade, and now 10-9. I don't know, I don't think people bluff enough on monotone boards. And there's not a ton of natural bluffs like offsuit ace-x. Like they don't have a lot of offsuit hands. And they have a bunch of flushes, a bunch of straights, a bunch of 8s. I don't think ace-jack ever bets like this, so I don't think we're ever like chopping or dominating value. Yeah, maybe we're supposed to just pay Villain off there with top pair, top kicker. I think if the river wasn't a 7, I'd probably find the call. I don't know, I guess that's just only like 3 more value combos though. Yeah, interesting spot. I guess I kind of don't want to stop the recording because I don't know, we have some playable hands. Villain is a fish. Probably don't have a raising range here. Here I think I'm just gonna triple. We have like queen, jack, jack 10, queen 10. So we have what? 12 combos of natural bluffs. And I guess 10 of diamonds is not good either. But I think I'm just gonna go for it. Here I'm going to raise. I mean, should we just check call, check raise? I don't really know. Villain's a fish, so like, damn it. Well, I think if we check, we don't, I don't think Villain ever jams if we check. I don't know, they might. What do they bluff if we check? Like diamond, diamond? I think I'm just gonna go small. That might also induce. Yeah, I guess they had a draw of some kind. Maybe they folded it up here. Okay. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.